going through his belongings and saying to himself, do I like this? Do I need this? Do I use this? And if he can't find an answer for that, then it's probably time to let that go, because a lot of people hold on to things and they don't even know exactly what they have. So step one, take responsibility for your items and really understand what it is that you have in there and why. Once you've gone through all that and you have only things that you like in your room and that you're using and that you need, that's probably going to cut down on a lot of the things. But if you're going to have wires in there, I would suggest going to an organizing store and buying, there's tons of things on the market nowadays where you can keep those wires under wraps so that they're not all over the place, especially if they're on the floor. I don't want you tripping. So there's so many different products that you can use to take care of the wires. If one thing is clothing, I would definitely, again, have a hamper in there so that anything that's dirty you can immediately throw in there, or have it right outside your door if that's possible. Another thing is, if you take something off, immediately put it away instead of waiting for another time, because if you keep waiting for another time, more and more stuff builds up and you end up spending a lot more time trying to clean up the mess than you would if you just put it away. And just keep trying it. It gets into habit. When I was a kid, I used to just throw stuff all over my room, and then I realized that it's a lot easier and you can be much lazier if you just get it out of the way. So I don't think that you're ever going to walk back into your bedroom and see that you put something away and go, gee, I wish I had still left that out, versus I'm so glad that I did that already. For the CDs, there are lots of different organizing containers, but another thing that's possible is, there's ways that you can zip all of those CDs, take all of your huge collection, and then just put them onto either your iPod or your computer, or just have them on a couple of different, put them on so that it's, instead of 60 CDs, you've got them on one CD. And so that would actually take care of a lot of the clutter with CDs. I would definitely recommend looking that up, and there's plenty of companies that will do that for you. I actually just had a client who had, I would go with 700 or 800 CDs, and we did that for him, and he had, I think, 15 in the end, and he just put them all on his computer, and then he was able to wire it so that he could listen to his music all over his apartment. And since you love music, that would be definitely something that you would love to do, because CDs, they get cracked, they get broken, they, lots of different things can happen to them. So getting them so that they're all contained on your computer or your iPod would keep them safer as well. So again, one of the things would be to just, what are the goals that you want to achieve in your bedroom? And then the other thing is, if you're traveling with a bunch of people, each person has to take their share of responsibility. So if it tends to have a lot of trash on the bus if you're traveling, then one thing could be that every time you get off the bus, everybody takes a bag of trash and gets that off the bus. And just have that as a rule, but everybody has to be on board with maintaining it, because otherwise it's not going to work. So, but that would be something to communicate with everyone in your band, so that you have a clean and living environment, and it's going to promote productivity, and it's going to promote a feeling of less stress, and you're probably going to feel that your creative juices are working even better once you're in an environment that everybody's happy living in. So I hope that helps.
Oh. Okay, so Alison, from my point of view, and we're going to attempt to get into the psychology of this a little bit.
Okay.
Because you just threw out a whole bunch of solutions, which is not bad, but I don't think that just solutions by themselves are going to motivate people to now change.
No, it doesn't. And well, the first thing is that they have to want to change. So that's step number one.
So let's try a different approach. Not to say that there's something wrong with yours. Just let's try a different approach. Let's see if we can find out from David. Well, first of all, he's 20 years old. Okay. And I told him that doesn't get him off the hook. But he's 20. And so when we behave in a certain way, like the way he is behaving, is he doesn't care. He doesn't care about how his room looks or his bus looks.
Right.
Okay, so there has to be a payoff in that for him. And in order to change those behaviors, it has to cost enough to motivate someone to do it differently.
Right.
So let's see if we can find out from David what's in it for you to have a mess. What do you get out of it? Hopefully he'll respond. In the meantime,
truthfully,
he says he gets nothing out of it. That's a baloney answer, David, because if you didn't get something out of it, you wouldn't be doing it. So there's something in there for you to having your surroundings show up as a mess.